Welcome back. Well, the wait is over. Madison Craft Beer Week starts now. For the next 10 days, there will be hundreds of events for beer lovers. And with us this morning is Robin Kling. She is one of the co-founders of the event. So good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're happy to have you. So this is the 5th year for Madison Craft Beer Week.
Correct.
How has it changed? What can people expect now?
Every year it has grown exponentially. I think the first year we had around 80 events or 100 events and 40 venues, and it's grown to over 380 events and over 100 different venues participating this year. It's really exciting.
I would say that must be really neat for you as a co-founder to see something that, you know, began as an idea and see it really explode.
Yes, it's also a little mind-blowing and intimidating to try to go through the schedule and pick out which events to go to.
Like you said, over 300 events. So let's talk about a couple of them. One of them is the kickoff celebration. That's today.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yep.
excuse me.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the East Side Club. It's our kickoff celebration and cask ale festival. So we'll have 17 different casks from different breweries that were specially made just for this festival. This year we're also going to have a cheese pairing there. The weather's supposed to be beautiful, and we're very excited about it.
So it'll be a great day for everyone to come out and try some new
gorgeous,
beers.
Yes.
And then I hear there's a zombie costume contest.
Yes. Midtown Pub is hosting a tech takeover with Three Floyds Brewery out of Munster, Indiana. One of their beers is the Zombie Dust, so they're having a zombie costume contest to accompany their tap takeover, which should be fun.
I know, because you have to look the part if you're going to drink the beer.
Absolutely.
Obviously. And another thing that you guys always have is the common thread.
Yes.
Beer. Tell us about that, because this one has a really interesting story this year.
Yes, so that started 4 years ago. It was started by Scott Manning at Vintage Brewing Company, and he got other local brewers involved, Rob Labreglio from the Great Dane, Kirby Nelson from Wisconsin Brewing Company, and several other brewers in the Madison area. And this year, the women actually took it over. So we got women brewers from around the state to come brew the Common Thread this year. It's a Belgian triple, and we're very excited about it.
I mean, that's got to be neat, too, I would think, just as a woman, to see this group of women brewmasters come together and bring something else, because the Common Thread is something that people really get to share throughout. It's the one that kind of sticks through.
It is, yes, and it's available throughout Craft Beer Week and sometimes beyond, depending on when the bars release it. But yes, we were all really excited. I don't think any of us had any idea how many women brewers there are across the state of Wisconsin, so it was fun to email the breweries and tell them the idea for the Common Thread this year, and have the breweries say, you know, we have a woman, and have all of us get together. And we ended up starting a chapter of the Pink Boot Society out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're really excited. It was just it was great camaraderie.
So you have a lot going on. All right, well, Robin, thanks so much, and you're going to be with us here all morning, so we'll check back with you in just a little bit.
Great, thank you.
All right, so just a couple of graphics to show you, just to remind you, Madison Craft Beer Week kicks off May 2nd, 11 a.m. to 3 there at Eastside Club with the Cask Ale Festival. Also that zombie costume contest May 9th, 6:30 to close, that Robin was talking about at Midtown Pub. And quick reminder that Madison Craft Beer Week does run May 1st through the 10th. Well, up next, former Badger running back Melvin Gordon is staying classy this morning. He was the first-round pick of the San Diego Chargers. I just got that. The Packers took a defensive back in the NFL draft. Those are a couple things you'll need to know this Friday, May 1st.
There is a very Wisconsin event going on all across Dane County for the next 10 days. Mary Jo is with one of the founders of Craft Beer Week.
Hi, good morning, Charlotte. And Craft Beer Week in Wisconsin just makes sense, right? Well, of course. Now, joining us this morning is co-founder Robin Kling with us. So, Robin, thanks again for sticking around. I know you're here all morning long.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Of course. So this is your 5th year. How did you guys even get your start with this Craft Beer Week?
My business partner, Jeff, and I, we knew each other from the beer industry, and I had traveled around for work and attended other craft beer weeks in other cities and just had a blast. So I wanted to bring the same thing to Madison, and luckily Jeff was on board, and we started off with Bill Rogers of the Malt House as well, and the three of us got together and figured it out.
And now here it is, 5 years later.
Here it is, 5 years later. And huge.
I know, right? You said over 300 events now.
Yes.
Okay, so considering how much the craft beer scene has changed just in the last few years, really,
I mean, is there a struggle between the breweries who've been around for a long time and some of the new ones? I saw Great Dane had issued a statement late yesterday about maybe there being more appreciation for breweries that are more extreme than they are. Is that happening, or?
I think it just depends on the people's palates. It just depends on the drinkers' palates. I think that there's space for extreme beers. I think there's space for the classic styles that have been around forever. It just depends on what you're in the mood for, really. And unfortunately, we misspoke when we were talking about the Great Dane, and we are really working on repairing that relationship with them.
Because the focus of this is all great beer, great craft beer.
Yes, and
right?
the Great Dane and all of the local breweries are cornerstone. They're pivotal to making this week a success. So we love all of our breweries.
Okay, so again, over 300 events. Let's talk about a couple of them.
Yes.
Again, the kickoff festival is tomorrow. The whole thing starts today, but the kickoff is tomorrow.
Correct.
Okay, what's going on there?
So tomorrow we have the Cask Ale Festival, which is our kickoff celebration, and we have 17 different casks from 17 different breweries. All of the casks were made specifically for this event. It's outdoors at the Eastside Club. It's supposed to be a gorgeous day, and this year we've added in a cheese pairing. We're really excited about that.
Beer and cheese. So
Yes.
Wisconsin, really quickly before we let you go, May the 4th be with you. That's also going on.
Yes, May 4th is Star Wars Day, and we have quite a few different May the 4th Be With You events going on around the city. The Malt House is having a costume contest and a screening of one of the Star Wars movies on the patio. I think it'll be a great time.
That sounds like it's going to be a popular one.
Yes, I think so.
All right, Robin, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so Madison Craft Beer Week starts today, goes for the next 10 days, and coming up at 6:45, we're doing a taste test.
Yes.
Right, you're going to break it all down for us?
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's Friday here on the morning show. So Charlotte and Adam, will send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, MJ.
Yeah, it's
All
only,
right.
it's only 8.5%.
Welcome back, beer lovers. Can rejoice as Madison Craft Beer Week begins today. And back with us is Robin Kling, one of the co-founders. You've been here all morning talking, and now you're going to school us on beer school. And you guys are all ready?
We are.
I guess so.
All right.
It's
It's
here
a
we
good
go.
way to start the morning. Yes, so I think a question for a lot of people is, how do you select a beer off of the menu? How do you know what the descriptions mean and how to pick something that you'll like? So usually what I tell people is to think about the different ingredients that are in beer and how that affects the flavor of the style that you're going to select. So the first beer that we have to try here is a very
I'll pass out.
yeast-forward beer. This is Sprecker's Belgian Triple. Belgian beers typically showcase the yeast flavors that come out during the brewing process. You get a lot of spicy, fruity esters coming out of the beer.
Ooh,
Okay. It's good.
that's a good summer beer.
Nice, effervescent, light. It's very
Already
tasty.
done. I'm already done. Sorry.
Adam's like, next.
I've been watching Robin all
It's only
morning long.
8.5%.
How much was, what percent?
8.5.
We'll be ready for the weekend after this segment.
Yes.
So,
After that, I'd like to showcase the malty beers, and I have Sprecker's Belgian, or the Black Bavarian, which is a Schwartz beer. This really features more of the malt-forward beers, and that's where you're going to get a lot of the sweetness. So if you like sweeter flavors, more bready, biscuity, caramel, chocolate, things like that, you'll want to look for a malt-forward beer on your beer menu. And then the last is an IPA that I brought. And those are more of the hoppy beers. So hops are the bitter, the balance to the sweetness that the malt brings to a beer. So it adds some more bittering components. Frequently you'll get pine flavors, citrus flavors, very bright, a lot of citrus and fruit flavors in them. And that's really more if you're looking for more bitter, bright, crisp, dry beers.
What's your favorite beer?
Oh,
If you
gosh.
like a kind of beer. So you don't have to name names, but you know.
you want to try one?
I really enjoy, I really enjoy dark beers. So this one is one of my favorites. It actually won a medal at the World Beer Cup last year. And it's just it's a delicious beer. It's going to have some chocolate notes in it. I know, me too, I'm talking. It has some chocolate notes in it. And despite the dark color, it's actually really light in body.
Oh, you're
Ooh,
right.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I know usually I try to I stay away from the dark beers, but I like this one.
Because
Yeah.
it's lighter.
Don't
Yeah.
let the dark scare you away.
Have you been able to convert so many of the traditional beer drinkers into craft beer drinkers?
I think so. It's one of my favorite things. I used to work at Vintage Brewing Company, and a lot of people who came in and said maybe I don't like dark beers or I don't like beer at
Right.
all. I really enjoy having them taste different samples and try out different styles that are out there, because I think that anyone who says that they don't like beer just hasn't found the right style yet.
I like that saying.
Keep testing and tasting
Yes.
until you find the right
Yes,
one.
and never be afraid to ask your bartender for a little sample of it first. As long as it's on tap, they're going to be happy to share a sample with you. And if you don't like it, don't get it. Try something else.
All right, Robin Kling, thank you so much for being with us. Good luck these next 10 days.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks again.
Madison Craft Beer Week, May 1st through the 10th. Head to that website, madbeerweek.com, for more information.
All right, thank you. We will check on traffic with Pat Gallagher in a couple of minutes. I got Charlotte mid-drink there. The Beltline's reopened a couple hours ago. We're going to see if there are any issues.